What's up, everybody? Jason Cole here with RCGroups.com, and we're looking at the E-flite V900 from Horizon Hobby. Now, this is a foamy sport plane that is designed for speed, and it does that really well, which we'll talk about a little later. Let's start with the basics, though. I have the bind and fly version, which sells for $159.99. And it's got everything you're going to need except a battery inside. So you've got a BL15 brushless motor with 1260 kV. It's got a 60 amp E-flite ESC installed. We've got 4 digital Metal Gear servos included and installed. And then we've also got the AR636A receiver, which has AS3X stabilization as well as optional safe select. So some great options there. The great thing about the batteries, and one of the cool things about this airplane, is you can use 3 or 4S batteries without changing a thing on the airplane. You don't need to change the prop. You don't need to upgrade the speed controller. It can handle 3 or 4S box stock ready to go. And you also get in the box 2 APC 8x8 electric propellers. And the really nice thing about those is I went to balance them, because you should balance all your props before you fly. And both props I got were perfectly balanced right from the factory. So APC usually does a great job. Now, let's talk about a little bit of the airplane. It is a foamy, and it's got a lot of stiffening in it, so it's really strong. It's going to be able to handle the loads that you're going to put on it, doing high G turns, pylon turns, some, pull-ups. The plane handles it well. I didn't notice any flexing at all. It just took it like a champ, so that was really great. It has a rather large magnetic battery hatch. It's large lengthwise from front to back, so the battery area, for me, one of the things that I kind of was slightly annoyed with was the width and the height available for your battery. I noticed that the width was really, really tight, especially with the battery strap the way it is. It's got the kind of the clasp on the side, and just makes it a really tight fit for your batteries. You can get it in there. It's not that big of a deal, but it's not, you don't have a lot of wiggle room to work with. Putting the plane together is extremely easy. You don't need any glue whatsoever. The tail section, the horizontal stabilizer and elevator, are keyed, so you're going to put them in from the right side of the fuselage, slides through the slot, just uses one screw to secure it on the bottom. It's aligned really well, perfectly to the wing, so really nice. The wing just bolts on with a couple of screws. You have to run the Y-harness lead from your aileron servos up through the fuselage, and then you can attach the wing and just make sure you're not pinching any wires as you secure the wing to the fuselage. Plug that into your receiver and install your prop and your nice aluminum spinner that it comes with. It's a really nice spinner. Once you've done that, though, you're ready to do your programming. So this is where I kind of go to my motto, is read the manual. You guys are going to want to do that. Pull out the manual. They always do a really good job over there at Horizon. It's got all of the program settings that you're going to want to use for your switch selections, your rates, high-low rates, and if you want to activate safe select mode on a switch, you will need to follow the proper binding procedure for that. Now, flight characteristics. Getting this thing into the air just could not be easier. It's got really nice handholds on the bottom of the wing, so you get a really good grip. It's really secure. Just grab it by the bottom. Pull up to about half power and just throw it straight, slightly up at an angle, and it's going to take off. There was absolutely no dip in altitude. It just got off the ground, right out of your hand, into the air, starts flying. Literally no pressure, no worries at all. It really could not be easier to launch. And when you're flying around, you can cruise if you want. You can fly at a quarter throttle. I was surprised at how slow it flies. Really easy cruising. You can do figure eights. You can fly it in a fairly small space even. And it just handled well. The AS3X technology is there to stabilize any kind of turbulence or bumps in the air, and it just feels smooth, and and just really good. Like it's locked in, like you know what you're doing, and it's following along just like you want it to. And then the speed range is quite impressive at full throttle. Even on 3S, you're still hitting 100 miles per hour, and 4S, it's 120 miles per hour. So, it is really fast. It sounds great, especially with a balanced prop like you get in that aluminum spinner. The sound is just really nice. It's smooth. You just feel the speed in how it sounds, and then visually, it's like, whoa, this thing is great. I was literally giggling after the first pass at full throttle because it's just like, yeah, you're gonna have a good time. But that speed range is incredible from quarter throttle, just cruising around putting, to full throttle, 100 plus miles per hour. It's just a lot of fun. It handles just about the same at any throttle setting or any speed. It just feels locked in. I prefer high rates because I think it's fun. The digital Metal Gear servos really help to... I didn't notice any blowback, so I was able to do really fast rolls at full speed. I just like the performance and the controllability and high-speed maneuvers that you can do with full rates. But you can put it on low rates, and it becomes really mild-mannered, real easy to control, really safe and smooth for lower-time pilots. One of my favorite maneuvers to do with the V900 is to do this vertical climb, coming down full speed, vertical climb, just right after you pull up, cut the throttle, and just the energy and momentum from the speed that it has will carry the plane vertically without any power. It was like 5 or 6 seconds. It would just keep going and keep going and keep going, and I was just giggling like a little schoolgirl. Rudder over or flip over or whatever, or just do a tail slide, come back down, do it again. I was just doing them over and over again. That is really fun. The roll rate is super crisp, super fast. You can do point rolls. It will actually knife edge for a bit, so you can do fairly long 4-point rolls if you want. Nice big loops, square loops. The snaps are okay. Inverted snaps do pretty good. Inverted flight, super easy, controllable. I do like the color scheme that makes it easy to see because you got nice contrasting colors on top. It's black on the bottom. It's real easy to just tell top from bottom so you don't get confused. But handling wise, it's just fun. You can get low down on the deck and feel really comfortable with it. It's just fun. It's what it does. So really, you get what you get with this airplane. I mean, it's what you expect it to be. It's a sport plane. It's super fast, super fun to fly if you like that sort of thing. You could do pylon racing, fast turns, aerobatics, have a ball with it. There was really only kind of 2 minor gripes that I had with the airplane. One I've already talked about, which is the battery width and depth of the battery area. It is awesome that you can use 3 or 4S batteries, so if you have a lot of those, I know a lot of people have 3S batteries laying around, you can just throw your 2200 in. I didn't mention the capacity before, but you want a 3 or 4S 1800 to a 2200, and not all of your batteries are going to fit in there. It kind of depends if it's going to be within the right dimensions to fit, but most of your 3S batteries are going to fit. 4S, it's just going to depend on the thickness and what battery you have. However, flight time is somewhat disappointing for me. The manual says to set a timer for 4 minutes. I did that, and I did run out of juice before the 4-minute timer went off, so then I set a timer for 3 minutes and started flying around. And on 3 minutes, I was, getting down on the 4S with maybe 18% left in the battery. So I was working it hard. That's going to depend on how you fly the airplane. If you're at full throttle the whole time, it's going to be closer to 3 minutes. If you're at a quarter throttle the whole time, you can probably get 4 or 5 plus minutes. It just depends on how much you use the energy. But this airplane, you don't want to fly it around at a quarter throttle the whole flight. I mean, sure, you can do it for a minute, enjoy the cruising and just show off how slow it can fly and how cool that is. But the whole point of this airplane is speed, fast, quick. So you're going to want to be pegging that throttle out a lot of the flight. I know some guys will do like full throttle pass and then pull back during the turn and come back and then full throttle. And so however you manage your energy, you can extend your flight time. But the way I fly, I'm getting around 3 minutes And it's a lot of fun, worth of 3 minutes. It's high adrenaline flying. But I'd love to fly this for 6 minutes or more. It's just that was just a little bit disappointing for me, just the low flight time. But it's all going to depend on how you fly it. It's just part of the game with these things, high performance models. So there you go, guys. That's the Horizon E-flite V900 sport plane. I think it's really great. We only had those two gripes, but the quality, the performance, just the way everything works and goes together, this thing is a winner, especially for the price point with what you get. It is a killer airplane. I'm absolutely having a blast with it. I really want to go out to the field and fly it right now, but it's cold and windy and it's about to rain, so that's not going to happen. But hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can see more reviews like this. And then if you want to read more about this airplane, I've got a full written review online at RCGroups.com. I'll have that link in the description as well. And that's it for now, guys. We'll catch you on the next video.